time. The whole wide world will welcome the rising sun. Here comes the time for everyone to see that what will be, will be. This is the time for you and I to stand together as one. Yeah. They will know, they will know.
Good morning, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are, this very morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I welcome you to this very, should I say, special question and answer session on this very day, the second day of April, the fourth month in the year of almost High Elohim 2021. The time now is precisely 2 minutes past 7 a.m. in the land of Biafra. I said a.m., not p.m. I know we are accustomed to broadcasting in the evenings, that is in Biafra land. Therefore, some of you may become confused, but this is a live presentation this very morning. We are live and we are direct on all platforms. I repeat, on all platforms, that we may preach this very gospel to the understanding and hearing of humanity wherever they may be at this time. Allow me to welcome you, and as I do so, may I also encourage each and every one of you to welcome those who are around you. You can listen to us via Instagram, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu _official. We are on Instagram. We are live there. There are a lot of people there already. Eze Chinedu is there. Opara is there. Shedrack is also there. Kesia is there. Eduardo Chinedu is there. And very many people are there on Instagram. And I want that advertised as much as possible. I want that Best Man is also there. A lot of people are there watching. We are also on Facebook. You know, Facebook with their suppression and restrictions, one of the most corrupt entities in the world. We are also there at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm broadcasting through a page that is not particularly well known, but I'm hoping this very morning that those of you who are there already will be able to spread this very gospel, that others may be able to join us on that very platform as well. We are on Twitter. If you go to my Twitter handle, official one, there are many fake ones being run by DSS, the Zoo State Police. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is mine. If you go there, you will see it and you'll be able to join us. I'm sure we are the only ones who are streaming live this very morning on that very place. That's how you know which one is authentic and which one is fake. We happen to also be on satellite this very morning. We are on IPOB community radio app, which everybody must have. Everybody must download IPOB community radio. You must also download the authentic Radio Biafra app as well, so that you can participate and join us anytime we are live, as we are this very morning. We are going to pray a very brief prayer before we continue. But before we do so, I must reaffirm that I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB all over the world, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and of course, by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are gathered this very morning to preach this very gospel, of course, to take your questions, and hopefully I will be able to provide all the answers that you need. But right now, this very second, we are going to pray. And after praying, I will preach very briefly this morning to bring you up to speed as to what is happening with our beloved Eastern Security Network, the battle that is raging right now in and around Nsukka to dislodge terrorists, and what the Nigerian Army and police, and of course in conjunction with British High Commission, are trying to do in order to frustrate our efforts. This very morning, all over the world, people are going to listen to this very gospel as we preach it, and of course be able to learn from it. But before then, we must pray. Our lines are not open, please. I don't want anybody to call us now. Our lines are not yet open. That means you're not listening. Because if you're listening, there is no way you'll be calling us by this time. I know that some of us are very desperate to try to get their calls through. When our lines does open, please, I will take all your calls to the best of my ability. But this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are, we must pray. And I'm going to pray in English language this morning, a very short prayer, a prayer prayed by Yeshua when he was on this very earth. A prayer extolling the supremacy and irreducibility of the Creator in heaven, that upon that very name and name alone, everything that was created was made possible. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on this very earth in the land of Biafra as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours and yours alone is the kingdom. All power and glory is yours. This we acknowledge now and forevermore. He said, a very simple prayer, but one prayed by Jesus when he was on this very earth, acknowledging that only God Almighty in heaven is supreme. That was why he said, Our Father who art in heaven. We do not worship idol here. We only worship the one true God, and that is why we are going to prevail, and that is why Biafra will come in our time. This very morning, very speedily before our lines open to take your calls, I have a few things to bring to your attention. And not surprisingly, of course, the United States have now released what they call their country report on this zoological republic called Nigeria. The United States State Department, which is their foreign ministry, in charge of all their diplomats all over the world, including the U.S. mission in Nigeria. The reason why I'm touching upon this very briefly this morning is to bring to your awareness, or should I say, to bring to your attention once again what I have been saying all this while concerning the duplicity and complicity of most foreign missions in Nigeria. I told some of you, but you never listen. The thing about we black people is that we do not listen. We do not reason. We always fail to engage our brain cells each time we are pondering a very complex subject. I told all of you a while back, and consistently so, that the United States mission in Nigeria is corrupt. I told you that the British mission, of course, they are colonialists, that the mission of Britain, which is UK in Nigeria, headed by Katuna Lang, is to colonize all of you. I don't know what is wrong with us. I have no idea what is wrong with us. But I blame all of you for this very report that the United States of America released through their very corrupt State Department. I say it openly, without fear, no contradiction. The people working at the Africa desk at the United States Department of State are one of the most corrupt people on the face of this very earth. Including the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, she is as corrupt as Satan himself. Why am I saying this? All of you saw the videos of Lekki Tollgate massacre. I was live on air broadcasting that very night as the massacre was taking place. Out of anger, people started to destroy government-owned properties in Lagos. I have been warning you for very many years that anytime you have any ambassador from a frontline country coming to Nigeria, they always bribe them. I warned all of you that the Fulani Janjaweed war chest, what I mean by is the money they have to fight to keep enslaving all of you in one Nigeria, is now over $30 billion US. You thought I was joking. I also told you that they have not only bought over the entire diplomatic corps in Abuja, that they have engaged frontline in top-notch consultancy firms all over the world with the help of the British to suppress every news coming out of Nigeria, to manage every information coming out of Nigeria, to condition the minds of the world that nothing is going wrong. But some of you paid little attention. And this morning, I want you to understand that if you do not pay attention to what I'm telling you, the consequences you will suffer will be very severe. And it has started this very morning. Do you know, after slaughtering and killing people around Lekki Tollgate, on that fateful day, that people, innocent people, were massacred. I don't have the precise date in my head. Despite all the difficulties that we've had with CNN in the past, but at least CNN did something. CNN tried as much as possible to present the truth. There was a CNN documentary, or should I say a mini documentary about Lekki Tollgate massacre. Do you know, surprise, surprise, do you know what happened? The United States of America have now released a report on Lekki Tollgate massacre. Do you know what they said in that report? They said that nobody was shot dead, that people did not die at Lekki. Are you listening to me? They said that people did not die. And this brings home what I have been warning all of you, or should I say all of us trapped in that one zoo called Nigeria. Our liberation is in our hands. The white man will not help us. And I will tell you the reason why the white man can never help us. The white man, as they have always done, is using the Fulani to enslave. That's number one. They have something to, both of them came together and agreed on something. We need Nigeria. We need all the ethnic populations in Nigeria. Britain, everybody has an interest. British interest is that they love controlling people, is in their blood, is in their nature. They need people to control people who will be their slaves. That's number one. Secondly, they need access to our oil and gas for free. That's number two. Number three, they want to keep on giving the impression that black people are useless, incapable of reasoning, that we black people deserve to be controlled by white people. Understand what I'm telling you this morning, please. It's very, very important, because in time to come, the same way I'm reminding you this very morning as to the consequences of our stupidity, I will also go back and tell you, remember there was a day that I preached this very gospel live on Radio Biafra. I repeat, Britain wants to control you because they feel that they are God. They are white and you are black, you are nothing. That's number one. But because some of us are, did not have the benefit of sound or decent education, you may not appreciate what I'm saying. But in the fullness of time, you will come to understand. You will come full circle into the realization that what I'm telling you, what I have always told you, is the truth. And I preach it without fear before any idiot, regardless of how powerful you may think you are. What am I saying to you is this. Britain is in Nigeria because of oil and gas. They're in Nigeria to control you because you're black people. They are also in Nigeria to try to use it as an influence to control the entire black race all over the world, because they believe that Nigeria is populous. They have a lot of people in it, over 200 million people. And if they control them, perhaps they will be able to control black people all over the world. Because one, they see us as black people, we are niggers, we are nothing. That was why they named you Nigeria. Nigeria means land of niggers. That is what it means. An area occupied by niggers. A derogatory slur word, which people in their infinite stupidity have failed to change over the years. I may digress this morning, but please pardon me and try to follow my chain of thought and what I'm preaching this very morning. America is there because of Halliburton, because of ExxonMobil. They are there because of Texaco. They also need oil and gas. Some of you may remember or may recall when Trump assumed power, that was in about, I think, 2016 or thereabout. He said something that most of his friends go to Africa to make easy money. But he is not one of those people. I now want to tell you the reason why the U.S. State Department released this very abominable report on the killing of innocent souls in Lekki. I also want to prove to all of you this very morning, it doesn't matter how many black people are serving in any administration in America. It doesn't matter. These are people they have conditioned to hate themselves. And they are the ones that sanctioned these lies. I have lived with white people for very many years. I know the way they reason. Some of you may be shocked, saying, oh, why is he saying this morning? Let me tell you one thing. At any period in history, a majority of white people will always support what is good. I repeat, at each given point in history, it doesn't matter how dark that very phase is. A majority of white people are conscientious. They hate evil. It is only a minority, a very wicked, evil minority, that will support what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria today, like the Africa desk of the State Department in America. We have confronted them many times. I have asked them, why do you people support evil in Africa? USA, yes. It is not the entire USA. I'm not saying it is the Biden administration, no. I'm not saying it was the Trump administration before this one, no. There is a clique, a group of people, highly corrupt individuals, manning what is called the Africa desk at the United States Department of State. They are the ones responsible for the evil happening in Africa. How? All of you saw that people were killed on that very fateful night at Lekki Toll Gate when it was being occupied at the height of the NSAS protest. And I also want to bring to your attention this very morning, I'm sorry to say this, that there is something fundamentally wrong. I've been telling you this about black people and the way we reason. This morning, I want to bring to your attention that indeed there is something wrong with us and the way we reason. Let me read this report for you. It was only the Nation newspaper that carried it in the zoo, saying that United States of America disagrees. They do not agree that anybody was killed at Lekki Toll Gate. Can you believe such a thing? Who was responsible? I'm not even blaming those in America. This is something I've been telling you all the time, but none of you do not want to reason. You don't want to understand. I said that the report they are given in America is compiled in Abuja by the U.S. ambassador and her team. It is anything they feed Washington that Washington will publish. And she is a woman. Now I'm beginning to understand the reason why, should I say, Eve was used to deceive Adam. I never knew that women can be this evil and wicked. Two women. I am sure, had the U.S. ambassador been a man, such evil, such report couldn't have been issued. What is paining me is that the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria is a woman. The British High Commissioner to Nigeria is a woman. These two women are presiding over the reign of Satan in the zoo. Let me read you the report. I'm going to quote them verbatim. Everybody saw that people were killed at Lekki, but this is the junk that a whole United States of America came up with. Supposedly the conscience of the world. America has the grace it enjoys today because God created the USA to bring a semblance of consciousness into the dealings of man on this very earth. That is why they are the longest running civilization since man came into this very earth. That is why the USA enjoys the preeminence that it does. But it seems to me that Lucifer has taken over America. America is no longer a country that speaks the truth. America is no longer a country that stands up for the poor. USA is no longer a country that stands up for justice and what is right all over the world. America is now effectively in the pocket of Luciferians. Simple truth. The US ambassador in Abuja could not convey to Washington. We are in very serious trouble, all of us. in very serious trouble. And unless we rise up now in a popular revolution, if we continue to prevaricate, if we continue to dilly-dally, if we continue to waste valuable time, we are all finished. I'll read it for you. The United States Department of State report on Nigeria. This is what it says. On October 20, members of the security forces enforced curfew by firing shots into the air to disperse protesters. America is writing this junk. The Lekki massacre that we all witnessed, America is telling us, they were not there, they're telling us that the army came and was firing shots in the air. I told you that Fulani has $30 billion. They have bribed the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria. That is why this wishy-washy evil report was issued. They are all corrupt. All corrupt, all of them, they're all corrupt. I continue to read for you. Listen very carefully, please. They fired shots into the air to disperse protesters who had gathered at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos to protest abusive practices by the Nigerian Police Forces Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. Mind you that SARS was trained by Britain. It was Britain that set up SARS. It's UK that set up SARS under Obasanjo to harvest organs for sale. It was the United Kingdom that set up this dreaded SARS and gave them the training. It was Britain that gave them the training. So it was Britain that trained them to go through your phones, to extort money from you, to kidnap you in front of your parents, to take you to their dungeon, to kill you, to have it, because it was Britain that trained them and armed them. Britain, United Kingdom financed SARS. I want you to understand very, very carefully, please. Now, according to this US report, accurate information on fatalities resulting from the shooting was not available at year's end. A whole America. But you can come to the Sahel and rescue victims. Google can see inside my bedroom where I'm broadcasting from this morning. You have Google Map, you have everything. You're telling me the most powerful country in the world with the most resourceful intelligence agencies man has ever seen cannot ascertain how many people we are shot dead at Lekki. This is Fulani's $30 billion stolen from all of us. Speaking. They have the money. It was Fulani, the way they connived and colluded with Britain and now U.S. State Department that led me to believe that truly money is the root of all evil. It solves a lot of problems, no doubt. But I'm telling you, when you face a man working at the U.S. State Department Africa desk, a civil servant may be earning $2,000 a month, you give him $20 million. There is nothing he or she will not do for you. Their conscience will go through the window. I came this morning to take question and answers, but I saw this thing and I was beside myself with rage. That is the same country now that we are fighting Fulani bandits in and around Nsukka. Everybody can see that the Nigerian army are aiding Fulani bandits. These are the people that went and massacred our people in Ebonyi. We found them where they are. In and around Nsukka. We engaged them. We engaged them. Nigerian army came to fight on the side of terrorists and killers. Nigerian army fighting beside terrorists and killers to kill the victims of Fulani massacre. The State Department in America will not hear this because the U.S. mission in Nigeria is corrupt, highly corrupt. They have been infected by the United Kingdom, infected by the British, highly corrupt. America is telling us this day that they do not know the number of people who were killed as at last year. That's what they're saying to us, that they have no accurate information. Amnesty International, a reputable, renowned, very cautious and conservative NGO, or should I say human rights group, reported that 10 persons died, according to this US report, during the event. But they did not take what Amnesty said. The US State Department, the American ambassador now in Abuja, a woman, the US State Department Africa desk, not the whole US Africa desk inside this, they are so corrupt that they could not even acknowledge the very conservative estimate given by Amnesty International. That is how corrupt they are. Amnesty reported, conservatively speaking, that 10 people were shot dead. Do you know that the US State Department basically ignored that very report by Amnesty International? We continue. But the government disputed this report. So because Lai Mohammed, that even the USA knows is a liar, disputed the report by Amnesty International, that is the reason why America will not accept it, that people died at Lekki. Because the Nigerian government said nobody died. That is why they didn't accept it. Unbelievable. They are now quoting the government own report. USA, America. The government reported 2 deaths connected to the event. One body from the toll gate showed signs of blunt force trauma, which means the army did not shoot this person that they acknowledged died at Lekki. That person died as a result of being attacked by those who have come to protest. His fellow protesters or her fellow protesters joined in beating him or her to death. Do you know why they're playing with us like this? This is an example of what they do when they come for their so-called election observance, electoral observance. When they come, they will see blatant fraud. They will go to Kanu and they will see that 8-year-old, 6-year-old kids are voting. They will see all the violence against Biafran people right across the zoo. They will see ballot snatching, ballot box snatching, and all the rest of the crimes that's associated with electoral fraud in the zoo called Nigeria. They will write and say, the election was free and fair, bar for a few incidents of minor violence. I want to let people understand that if you're from any ethnic group in Nigeria, be you Duduwa, Biafra, or Kwararafa, Middle Belt, or wherever you come, even Hausa, that have been swallowed by Fulani, you must rise up to assert your right. You must rise up now to fight to be free. You remember over the years, during the time of John Campbell, America had a bit of conscience. They were in Lagos and in Abuja writing at least accurately, or should I say objectively, to the best of their knowledge about what is happening in the zoo. The more the years go by, the more the Fulani succeed in corrupting as many people as possible. They have corrupted AFP, an independent news gathering organization. They now issue fake news. They now fact check the same fake news that they issued. They are the ones to issue it. They tag Biafra or IPOB to it. The same AFP would now do fact check on fake news that they themselves released. They have bought over Facebook. All of you are aware of that. Very soon they will take over YouTube. And of course, they're about to take over Twitter. Because each year, black people in Africa, every year, you fail to act to be free. The more deeper the hole that you're digging for yourselves, we can never ever be free. I'm just telling you now, unless by some miraculous fate or divine intervention, the conspiracy, when I was reading this report, I was so shocked. The level of conspiracy to emasculate Black Africa, the level of conspiracy to ruin us as a race of people, aided and abetted by fellow Black people. Shocking. America said, they acknowledged, they didn't acknowledge, they said, Amnesty said 10 people were killed, Nigerian government said only 2 were killed, and out of those 2, 1 suffered signs of trauma, which means that person was not killed by the army. A second body from another location in Lagos had, from another location, look at how America is lying for Nigeria, from another location, not at Lekki Toll Gate. Should I continue this broadcast this morning? Or should we go back and start prayer and fasting, asking God, what did we do wrong? Why this level of humiliation? Why did you create a people? Did you create us to be servants? Did you create us to be... What did we do wrong? What is it about black people that you hate us so much? What is it? What have we done? I'm asking God this morning that blatantly, a country like USA, I think what we need to do is, I don't know if we're allowed to take the US State Department to court in America to justify this very report. I don't know if their laws allow us to do that. I will ask my secretary if there is any law that can allow us to challenge this report in a court of law in America where all the evidence will be made manifest. They're telling us that USA is telling us that Nigerian government said 2 people died. One at the scene of the protest at the toll gate from blunt force. Listen carefully. I don't know how to explain to people to understand. How do I explain this that the brain of a black man can understand what I'm saying? In what way can I explain this? I'm asking you people how. Now listen, America is effectively absolving Nigerian army of any blame for the shooting at Lekki Tollgate because they know that the person that actually gave the order to kill the protesters is Katrina Lang, the the UK High Commissioner to Nigeria. That afternoon she was with Tinubu. Before she left Tinubu's house, a lorry load of thugs from Tinubu's APC left Mushin with cutlasses, axes, and machete to go and attack protesters. And that evening, the army opened fire on protesters. It was Britain, it was United Kingdom that arranged the massacre through Tinubu. We all know this. All of you listening, you know that because you are black, because some of you are highly idiotic, you cannot stand up to face or speak the truth. You all know what Tinubu did. Everybody knows this. Now, USA is siding them. Britain have now managed to convince, United Kingdom now managed to convince the USA to side with evil. That is what I find, that a whole USA, of all people, America, the hope of a common man on this earth, at least in a temporal form. Everybody looks up to the USA as the policeman of the conscience, the guardian of the conscience of humanity. Look at how they are behaving in Nigeria. And the ambassador is a woman. I never knew that women can be this wicked. I never knew. I thought being mother, no, I'm not sure they have any children, that being women, they will have that, that motherly instinct, that empathy, to empathize. Everybody, I felt rather very foolishly that these 2 women will see the victims of the slaughter by the Nigerian army as their own children and do what is right. But because of money, Fulani has given them money. Because of money, they are now writing what is in essence rubbish to justify the killing of other people's children. 2 women responsible for this nonsense. The government reported 2 deaths connected with the event, but the army did not kill any of them. The one found where the army stormed died of trauma, which means if it were the army or if it were to be the army that shot him or her dead, you would have seen bullet wounds on the body. The one that had bullet wounds was recovered where the army did not go to. Do you see how their consultant, basically Nigerian consultants in America wrote this report for the State Department and just published it. And we are all black people in Africa. Every day we claim we are suffering. Every day we claim that our quality of life is so poor. Every day we claim we're impoverished, but we are the ones responsible for bringing this mess on top of our heads. This type of nonsense couldn't have happened in a place like Japan because the Japanese people are one people, one culture, one value system, one social configuration. But in Nigeria, you don't have, Biafra is different from Ududuwa. Ududuwa is different from Arewa, Fulani Janjaweed. Fulani Janjaweed is even different from those in the Middle Belt. We are not together. We are not one people. That is why a white man can come in and tell us, after what we have seen with our two naked eyes, telling us that what we now saw is different. What you saw at Lekki Toll Gate is not the truth. The white man has spoken. I weep for we black people, and I weep for Africa, because the problem is that it's like a black man enjoys suffering. A black man loves to be subjugated. It's like a black man loves to be a slave. A black man, you know, I don't know what would, it seems to me that if our existence is not validated by a white man, we shouldn't exist at all. Lies by U.S. State Department Africa Desk. A second body was found somewhere outside Lagos that had bullet wounds. I'm reading you the report itself. The government acknowledged, according to the United States government, acknowledged that soldiers armed with live ammunition were present at Lekki Toll Gate. Now, who shot those people that Amnesty said died? Let's say 10, for instance. It's still not the army. At year's end, the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry and Restitution continued to hear testimony and investigate the shooting at Lekki Toll Gate. That's the end of that's it. End of story. And let me tell you how evil these people are. I want to tell you how evil the Africa desk at US State Department. I want to tell you that these people are demonic. They are demonic. They are possessed by loose. They are demonic. Satan is working with them. There's another section called disappearance. I'll read the report for you as well. In August 2019, to mark the International Day of Disappeared, Amnesty International issued a statement calling on the government to release immediately hundreds of persons who had been subjected to enforced disappearance and held in secret detention facilities across the country without charge or trial. They are talking about Biafrans airlifted from Obibo, but they cannot say it. Because if they say these are Biafrans airlifted from Obibo being held in secret detention facilities, the world will ask questions regarding Biafra. So they never mention any names. Are you following? Now, they just gave only one paragraph to this. What the Nigerian Army Police, DSS are doing. This is from America. Only one paragraph. Now, they now proceeded to say, criminal groups, this America, criminal groups abducted civilians in the Niger Delta. They never mentioned the North. They never mentioned Fulani bandits kidnapping every day. Every day, the first place they jumped was Niger Delta, which is Biafra land. They cannot say Biafra, so they say Niger Delta, because the idiots that call themselves Niger Delta don't understand the divide and rule mentality that these people are using to cage them in their ignorance. That is why Ogoni has not been claimed. Nobody can ask, why is it that Ogoni land has not been claimed after all these years? They fail to understand one simple fact. If you allow yourselves to be divided, it makes it easier for your enemies to conquer you. If you're a conquered people, why would they claim Ogoni land if you're a conquered people? Now listen, the one paragraph to what Nigeria is doing, kidnapping, locking up people and executing people extrajudicially. Now they say criminal groups. They never refer to Nigeria as a criminal group of kidnapping people. No, not at all. Once you're kidnapped by the Nigerian state, you are a victim. You are gone. America will not look for you. It's even Britain as encouraged. United Kingdom are the ones encouraging the Nigerian government to do it. To put fear in people so you cannot fight for your right. Now listen, they said, criminal groups abducted civilians in Niger Delta, the southeast. Have you heard them now? And the northwest. What Fulani bandits are doing in the Middle Belt, in Benue and Plateau, America did not mention it all. I want you to remember again what I told you before about the $30 billion war chest El Rufai and his team they have at their disposal to bribe anybody bribable in the world. Let's say you are Biden. Are you going to say no to a $1 billion bribe from Nigeria? The answer is no, you will take it. You will take it. I don't care who you are, you will take it. That's what they're doing. Do you know America said that people in the Southeast are kidnapping people and abducting them for ransom? I want the US ambassador to tell me the day that any group from the East, I mean Biafra land, kidnapped anybody and said pay us ransom. Where? What date? They don't have any. But we are here. They said we are bandits. Do you see how they lie? And this report, because it was written by white people, you know, they see we black people as liars, as sometimes with some justification, of course. Because this report was written by white people, it is gospel. You understand? Nobody can question it. It's by whites now. You're a nigger, you're black. Who's going to listen to you? Nobody. After all, as their warped reasoning convinces them, you're black because God hates you. That's why you're black. That is why every other race can climb on top of you and do whatever they want to do, because you're black. And moreover, you hate yourselves anyway, and you cannot reason or think properly. America is now saying Niger Delta, Southeast, which is Biafra land, and the Northwest, not Northeast, where the rage, where Fulani banditry is in abundance, often to collect ransom payments. And I want to ask the US ambassador, when did you hear that anybody collected ransom in the Southeast? Or South for that matter. When in the last year? This is your yearly report. When? But you have put us here. So when diplomats are reading this all over the world, they say, oh, there are bandits. Also, Igbos are bandits as well. Now, are you following me? Now, do you understand the game they're playing? You have to be intelligent to understand how these people play this game. Some of you may say it as just a report. It's just a report by a State Department, and you dismiss it. We are not dismissing it. We are taking it very seriously, because we have no criminal groups in the East. None whatsoever. And nobody collected any ransom. None whatsoever. He said, and now, listen carefully, they said, now, for example, they now want to give example. America wants to give you an example of these criminal groups they're talking about in Niger Delta, in the Southeast. For example, they now gave an example with what is happening in Katsina State. Not in the Southeast. There is no example here of any kidnapping for ransom anywhere in the South, so-called, or Southeast. None. The example they gave was from the North. And now they came back and they said that Nigerian pirates, listen, they said before there was criminality. And mind that pirates operate in the sea, not on land. But when they were talking about criminal groups, they said that these criminal groups were based on the ground. Now, when they want to give us an example as to what these criminal groups may have done, they gave us an example with piracy in the sea. And piracy is being done by Fulani people in Nigerian Navy. They are the ones doing the piracy. These are Janjaweed, this Fulani, is naval, the zoo naval officers, the criminal elements amongst them who are doing piracy. Not any Biafran, but of course, US wrote it down. They said other parts of the country also experienced a significant number of abductions. Prominent and wealthy figures were often targets of abductions, as well as religious leaders, regional government leaders, police officers, and all the rest of them. They gave us another example. The Emir of Potiskum, Alhaji Umar Bubaram, and his convoy were attacked. They did not give us an example. This was last year of anything that happened in Biafra land, but they criminalized all of us. That's how they roll. Now you understand it? So when you go and you're saying to diplomats all over the world that these are what Fulani people are doing to us, killing us every day, they will say, oh no, but you people are also criminals. America said so. It's called equalization. So from being on the offensive, you now become defensive. And now you can now see how United States Africa desk is trying to justify Fulani banditry in Biafra land. Because if you're chasing them, all of you are criminals. But we should fold our hands and allow them to attack us as they have done repeatedly, both in Ebonyi and also in Enugu State. That was why Sahara reporters of all people said that Nigerian army currently engaging ESN operatives in gun battle in Nsukka. And I have said this thing to Yoruba journalists all the time. You people are the cause of the suffering of all our peoples today. All ethnic nationalities, the journalists you have in Nigeria, you people are the problem. You people, like the United States Africa desk inside the State Department, you people are making it a lot more easier for our conquerors to come in to conquer us. ESN is not in any battle with Nigerian army. In and around Nsukka. No. We are battling Fulani terrorists. Now the Nigerian army came and joined them because that was their plan from ab initio to come to take over our land. Do you understand? They gave military uniforms to Fulani terrorists. They are not army personnel. They are terrorists. I don't know why some reporters will say that this is of Nigerian army currently engaging ESN. No, not at all. ESN is engaging Fulani terrorists that have come to rape, to kill, to pillage, to take over our land, and we have said no to that. They are the ones we are battling. Nigerian army now joined them, or should I say, gave them army uniforms, gave them weapons to be fighting indigenous people. America will not report this. Now, if America will not report it, we force them to report it. Let me tell you one thing that you do not know. When ANC was fighting for liberation of the black people in South Africa, they were called all sorts of names. Successive US governments put ANC on the terrorist watch list. Margaret Thatcher was insistent that she would not speak to Nelson Mandela, and Nelson Mandela is a terrorist, or was a terrorist then. Did it stop South Africans from becoming free? Do you know one thing? Because they knew what they wanted. They were very tenacious. They were insistent. And to their credit, they engaged white people, especially in the UK, to fight their cause for them. It wasn't black South Africans or black people in the UK that fought to collapse apartheid. No, white Englishmen and women, white Scottish men and women, white Welsh people, white Irish people came out and said evil is evil. And apartheid fell. That is the mode, that is the mindset we must have at all times. We must engage local people, local populations to help us fight this invisible enemy. That invisible enemy are neo-colonialists, those in State Department, those at Whitehall in England, in London, using black people in Africa to present a narrative that will in perpetuity hold us down in slavery. They are using black people to do this very work, this very dirty work. This is something you must understand and be able to rise above. I am now telling Sahara reporters and the publisher and whoever is there writing this junk, you people are aiding and abetting the excesses of the Nigerian security forces. Let me also remind them, my Yoruba brethren, no, they are journalists. It is this type of journalism that made it possible for Fulani to take over your land. Not only take a lot from you, they took a lot from you. That's number one. Now they have sent some of you into exile in Benin Republic. It is this type of reportage, this type of journalism, junk gutter journalism. You never knew that Fulani were there terrorizing our people in Nsukka. All these years, you never reported that. They went to Ebonyi, killed us, ran to Nsukka, because we said we'll find them. We have found them, and we're engaging them. And Nigerian army have come to support them. The same way, that is how your own village, maybe somewhere around Ogumosho, will be taken over by them. You know the funniest thing? Shame won't even allow you to report it. That's why I say to Yoruba journalists, you say, the more you write all this, your junk in support of Fulani Janjaweedism, the day they attack you, shame won't allow. That is why there are Yoruba people in Benin Republic as refugees, but you cannot write about it because you are ashamed of yourselves. These are the things you need to understand. And I have, as I have said before, and I will continue to say, black people should stop allowing themselves to be used by white people to work against their own collective national interest or survival as a people. Any day we realize this, we would have survived it. Now is the time for uprising. America will not save you. Britain will instead, they will join your oppressors to kill all of you. We must rise up. And the time is now. They said troops of the Nigerian army are currently battling gunmen suspected to be, we are not gunmen. We are Eastern Security Network securing our land against Fulani Janjaweedism, or should I say, Janjaweed tendencies. The Nigerian army have joined them. That is why anywhere you have Fulani terrorist camp, nearby is a military barrack. Across the entire length and breadth of Biafra, anywhere you have the Nigerian army, nearby is a Fulani terrorist camp. And these are people that told us are from Niger, they're from Senegal, they're from Gambia, they're from Chad, they're from Niger. They're not Nigerians, mind you. That's what they told us in the beginning. I don't know where our brain goes to sometimes. I have no idea what happened. Hey, Lord have mercy. I have never seen a more idiotic race. I have never seen. How will a white man allow himself to be used against his own country? Black people, why can't you reason? Why are you allowing yourselves to be used? Is it because there is something demonic inside you? Is it, what is it about you people? What is it about you people that you can never ever understand? What is wrong with you people? I ask. What is wrong with you people? Ask, what is wrong with you? They can never reason very well. May Lord have mercy upon you. So those of them writing and saying ESM is battling the army joined them, and we need to battle them. You are joining terrorists to come and kill our people in and around Osuka, in fact, Enugu and Ebonyi. And you want us to keep quiet? You must be dreaming. You must be joking. So we can go on exile to maybe to Amazonia and become refugees inside Amazonia. Is that what you want? As Yorubas are now refugees in Benin Republic. Yoruba journalists, have you seen what you've done to yourself? Out of shame, you cannot report what is happening to your people, what the Fulanis are doing. Out of shame. And it's like a virus. The more you ignore it, the more it's eating inside you. The day they come out in the open, Yoruba land is gone. That is why I support every frontline Oduduwa activist. I support them with everything that I have. I will support them. They are the ones that have realized that you people are in trouble. But an average, corrupt, idiotic Yoruba journalist have still not realized what is happening. They don't know. The Ipa Adams of this world and the Wohos of this world, they have come to realize what is going on. But your average Yoruba journalist is still living in a fool's paradise. In a fool's paradise. That's something you must understand. So I want to correct this stupid thinking that we are battling the army. No, we are battling terrorists. If they're in Nigerian military uniform, if they're in front of us, ESN will battle them. ESN will battle them. All that time they were saying, oh, don't form Amoteko. Amoteko is bad. Yeah, our country, our unity, our unity. They were busy planting Fulani terrorists in Yoruba forests. You don't know that? Has it not come out now in the open? By the time they realized it was too late. Now Amotekun is incapacitated. That's idiot weak. He's saying he's forming a group to defend him. And he went to Nigerian police, the same people who are terrorizing and killing us, aiding and abetting Fulani Janjaweedism are the people that he engaged to defend him. 400 people, only 400. C41, he's a C4I, he's a stupidity is a disease. You heard Omahi crying. Saying, I loved you, I did everything for you, I was even against my people because of you, now you have come to kill me. This is Fulani. And as I tweeted, the something Afonja said, I want Yoruba journalists to go back to history, read about Afonja, the same idiocy, the same nonsense, the same garbage you're doing today, because Tinubu wants to be president, the same thing Afonja did, and you lost a Lauren. You are not ashamed of yourselves. If that cannot shame you, nothing on earth will shame you. You have no shame. We are not fighting anybody. We must fight this scourge called Nigeria. We must fight back with all that we have. Nobody is going to save us but ourselves. I'm telling you, nobody. America is gone. America is now a nation without conscience. That very grace that God gave to USA, they are misusing it. And they will take it from them and give it to China. Are you hearing me? Very soon, USA will no longer be the greatest country on the face of this very earth. Because they have now firmly aligned themselves with the forces of darkness. That purpose for which God made the USA, they are no longer serving it. They are serving the interest of darkness and evil. And you see what God will do to them. He will take it away from them, unless they repent. Unless they repent. You are telling me in this day and age, America is absorbing what is in essence a dictatorship. They are absorbing the murderous tendencies of these scavenging invaders from the Sahel because of oil and gas. Oh dear. Lord have mercy. We are confronting Fulani terrorists from the Sahel and all their sympathizers in the army, police, and the navy with the help of the British. We must face them. And as I pray every day to Elohim, we are in your hands, we are your children, you created us. Ihechiawa is in the land of Biafra. The land where the light of God shines. That's the meaning of the word Ihechiawa in Arochukwu. Ihechiawa. The land where the light of God is shining. Anything you like, you can do with us. You Elohim, anything you like, you can. If you say that Janjaweed will take us over, they will take us over. You are God. Anything you like, you do with us. And I never knew who I was before I was born, or I gained consciousness maybe around the age of 4 or 5. I was aware of my surroundings. You are God. You made us. Anything you like, you do with us. But you're telling us that you created us so that we can become slaves to people who are now slaves to other people. Hi. Second-tier slavery. No, it's not good. That is why you must come to the rescue of your children. That is why you must infuse into our brains, into our being, a level of consciousness that will allow us to realize the danger that we are in and hurry up to extricate ourselves from it. We are surrounded by enemies. Not just Biafrans. Yorubas are also, they're also surrounded. Middle Belt is gone. Middle Belt was the one Nigeria. Are they not gone? They are gone. They are renaming towns inside Benue. They are renaming towns. They have taken over the whole of Plateau. They are now in Benue renaming towns after Fulani people. And all of you are there shouting, one Nigeria, our country Nigeria, our unity, our restructuring. Whilst they are eating deeply inside you, like a very dangerous disease. By the time they come to the fore, you become disemboweled. I'm telling you, they will cut you open. They will rip you apart. That is what's happening in the zoo. The sooner Nigeria ends, the better for everybody. You need to end Nigeria to make life better. Look at how what they have done in the army. You see how clever they are. Even the governors you have, they are the ones that put them in power. Everybody that you have, you call your political leader or Igwe or Oba, they are the ones that put the person in power. You now report to Fulani, Fulani will report to United Kingdom. You are a second-tier slave, not even number one. Fulani is number one slave. They know how foolish, how frivolous, how idiotic the Fulanis are. They are the ones to be used because they know that the Fulanis hate their own fellow black people in Africa. They know that very well. They did their research. These are intelligent people. We must be prepared to die for what we believe in, for freedom. If you're not prepared to die for freedom, freedom will never come. It can never ever come. It's a very expensive undertaking. Ask Americans, the original Americans, they're not these fake ones you have now. After Obama became the president, I knew that America would become irredeemably corrupt. America went to the dogs after the presidency of Obama, and it can never recover again. Because Obama is evil. Evil personified. I'm saying it live on that the whole world may hear. Obama is evil. And America will regret it from generation to generation to come. Now, I want to make this very clear to everybody listening. We are defending our land. We are defending our land against foreign bandits, foreign Fulani killers and murderers. If the army decides to join them, that's entirely their business. Some people are asking us, you know, those idiots, they used to ask us, where is the defense fund? Where is this? Where is that? Go to Nsukka to the front line. You will see it in action. You're asking us all these stupid questions. You think we are as foolish as you are. Do you know that your Fulani friends came to Ebonyi State and killed over 20 people and ran to Nsukka? We pursued them all the way to Nsukka and we're engaging them. And you're just writing and yapping the rubbish because you're a fool. A third-tier slave you are. Third-tier slave. And in Saudi Arabia, the Nigerian government they are helping Niger Republic people. They do the way for them. They do everything because the Dad Buhari is from Niger Republic, in whose name they are ruling you. Come on to come out and say that Buhari is dead. None of you. Not, my brain, this God forbid you people. You know, now I know the reason why. Was it Jesus that said in the Bible, from those who do not have, they will take and give to those that have. You know, black people will have nothing, at least mentally. But they're taking from us and giving to white people. You understand it? Because our foolishness is beyond redemption. They're helping Niger. You see, it's in the news. Evacuation in Nigeria consulate. They are processing the one for Niger citizens first before their own people. And what's happening to this? They are slaves. They are housemaid. They are slaves in Arabia. Voluntary slavery. Black people without shame. You know, we have no shame. That's why things are the way they are with us. And those of them saying, count us out of secession, secessionism. We are indigenous people. We are aborigines. That's what they said to Yoruba. Now they are refugees in the Republic. You know, people are fools. You know, you can't reason very well. That's what they were saying. Oh, we are on our own. We want to be on our own. Whereas Sokoto Caliphate, they claim together with Hausa. Did they, all this dancing naked in public that you people are doing, are they doing it? They said, we are from Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom and Cross River, Black. Coastal Aborigines say they are not in support of agitation for secession. And I keep asking them, people talk this nonsense, idiotic white people talk this rubbish about secession. Nigeria became a country in 1960. People were born in 1950, 1940s, 1930s. How can they secede from something that they're older than? I don't know where our mentality, God forbid, what is wrong with the brain of a black man? How can I secede? I am older than something you're telling me to say I'm seceding from. My father, my mother, my grandparents, all my uncles, they're older than Nigeria. Nigeria is only older than me by only 7 years. I am older than my people, my uncles are older than Nigeria. How can they secede from something that they're older than? So when we are there before this secession rubbish came into being in 1960, do you see how you people denigrate yourselves? Do you see how you insult yourselves? Do you see how you make a mockery of your education? Secessionist. Seceding from what? Something a white man created for his own amusement. How about my grandparents? How about my ancestors? Where are they from? I ask you. I ask you, where are my ancestors from? I am seceding from something that was formed only in 1960. The entire cabinet of Nigeria is older than Nigeria. Who were there before Nigeria was formed in 1960? I'm asking you, talking about secession. I am asking a simple question. Can you answer it? You cannot answer because you're black, you're stupid, you're idiotic, you have no brain. You cannot answer it. Can you? How can I secede from something that was born in 1960? God have mercy upon your ignorant souls, you black people. You are a shame, you're a disgrace to even your own selves. Secession, secession, secession. Seceding from what? I'm asking you. Something a white man created, and you're not even ashamed of yourself to use the word secession. Mad people everywhere. Brag. That's how they deceive you. The day they come to take your land, they'll be crying like a little baby. The history of Hausa people are there to remind you how not to treat the Fulani. The history of the Wagi people is there. The history of Nupe people is there. The history of the Bachama people, they are there for you to see, to learn from. You have history that you may learn. The history of Afonja in Yoruba land is there for you to learn how the Fulanis behave. But idiotically, you will never understand because you're black and you're useless. You are created by a white man. Nigeria is a product, is a racist product of a white man. You idiots, understand it for once. I have a few announcements to make. Some people are saying, before the announcement, some people say, Tinubu went to the north. I said, Yoruba and Fulani, they are one. We are one people. Somebody said the same thing a while ago, and the Lordin is gone. Kwara is gone. They've taken it. Yet you cannot reason. You cannot think. Yoruba and the Fulani, they are one. If Yoruba and Fulani are one people, why did they not allow Awolowo to become the Prime Minister of Nigeria or the President of Nigeria if they are one people? If they are one people, why did they not allow Abiola, who was even a very close friend of all of them? He was also a Muslim like yourself, Tinubu. Why did they not allow Abiola to emerge? They only allow the fool they feel comfortable with to emerge, like Obasanjo. Did Obasanjo vote for Awolowo? Why is it that I will never speak to Obasanjo until his death? Because Obasanjo voted for MPN. Obasanjo is a complete Fulani slave. He only found his courage a few days ago. He's a slave of theirs, and he knows it. And maybe Tinubu wants to outdo him so they can give him the presidency. Stupid idiots everywhere. He said he went there because they are one, and they must remain one. Because they are in-laws. Your son is married to our daughter. And I want to ask them, Oshomole, the wife of Oshomole is from Cape Verde, is that not correct? Oshomole is a beautiful wife. From Oshomole, the monkey of Edo, is from Cape Verde. Now, is Oshomole going to say, because I'm married from Cape Verde Islands, let us be one country with Nigeria? Or Cape Verde should be a part of Nigeria? Do you see how they reason? What is it that the Yorubas have in common with the Fulani? Absolutely nothing. You're not even the stupid religion, because the Yoruba Muslim is more urbane, more sophisticated, more learned than the stupid Janjaweed idiot from the Sahel. You have nothing in common, but because you want power and access to oil. It reminds me of Apapa Wharf and Tinkan Island. I remember when I will say, I speak the truth. I remember when some Yoruba people, out of spite against the Igbos and Biafra at large, they did a deal with the Fulanis. The only way we can allow, with Bangida actually, the only way we can allow the capital to move from Lagos to Abuja is if you say that every major freight coming into Nigeria must come through Lagos, so we can make money. Babangida agreed. They had a deal. They moved the capital to Abuja, and then said that only Lagos seaports, the Tinkan and Apapa, will handle all commercial shipping into Nigeria. Today, there is gridlock. Today, they are choking. Today, they are begging. But you will not have one Yoruba man come out and say, open Warri Seaport, open One, open Iguacha, open Calabar. Never. They will never say it. But Apapa is choking. Every day is choking. Goods are being destroyed. The economy is losing a lot of money. I want the world to understand how these people reason. I speak the truth always. It doesn't matter who you are. As I've told the U.S. State Department, their Africa desk, they are more corrupt than Mobutu Sese Seko. They are white people, but they are as corrupt as Lucifer himself. In America, I will tell you the truth. You may not like it, but that is your business. Eventually, you will come and say, oh, what you're saying is correct. Oh. Tell me why America will issue such a wishy-washy report if their ambassador in Abuja is not corrupt. Just tell me why. And do you think the way to fight oppression is by saying, oh, don't say anything, oh, don't get them angry? Is that how to fight? You meet it head on. You meet oppression head on, that it may flee. You shine light upon that they may flee. So let's go and bring Cape Verde, where Oshomole's wife is from. Let's go and bring, let them be part of Nigeria because they are our in-laws. See how foolish these idiots are. Fulani is married to Yoruba. And so bloody what? And so what? They are married to you, yet they put you in refugee camps in Benin Republic. They are married to you, they're occupying your forests. They are married to you. Useless people everywhere. From the same man. He will come out tomorrow and tell them, vote for me. Let us be, I want the president of Nigeria. Your daughter is 60 years old. You are 69. You had your daughter when you were 9 years old. Yes? People, you know, black people, you astonish me. You know that in any other part of the world, having falsified his age, Tinubu should not be seen in public again forever until the idiot dies and is buried. But only in Africa. After lying about his age, some of you will be carrying it. He is 69. He is 69. But the daughter is 60 years old. I want... Let me forget you people. You people, you make me sick. I just want to remind you of one thing. The first person to recognize that Nigeria should break up was a Yoruba man. I tweeted it. His name is Modiyu Adeniyi Oshinowo. It was 7 years, and he was killed by Fulani. Of course, he was killed. I want Yoruba journalists to understand what I'm telling them today. Of course, you are black, so that, you know, the evil nature of a black man will not leave you. That part that wants to betray, you want to serve another God, you know that thing in us. You know, we love foreigners, we want to serve them, we want to bow before them. Once you're white, you are God. Or even if they bring the picture of a dead actor, the actor telling you, I'm not Jesus, you say, of course, you're Jesus. I'll bow before you. After all, you're white. You know that mentality in we useless black people. That is afflicting some journalists. I want Yoruba journalists to understand this morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. The first man to call for the division of Nigeria was a Yoruba man, Mr. Modiyu Adeniyi Oshinowo. Why? He said, if Pakistan can break away from India, if they can disgrace Awolowo the way they did, sooner or later they will be defecating on our heads. They will be using our head as a WC, as toilet. This man said this thing in 1960 as you were celebrating your useless flag independence. A Yoruba man, a visionary, Modiyu Adeniyi Oshinowo said, if we allow this nonsense to continue, they will come into our land and they will take it. And it's happening to you today. And Yoruba journalists is that proscribed IPOB, proscribed our nation, our country. The Zoological Republic of Nigeria, a Yoruba man. Let me use your term, secessionist. The foremost secessionist in Nigeria is a Yoruba man, Mr. Modiyu Adeniyi Oshinowo. I tweeted it. Go to my Twitter, you will see it there. Because you don't know history, you have no regard for knowledge and education. But here we educate you, we enlighten you. We bring to your understanding things that you would rather not know about. You run away from it. We bring it to your attention. Pakistan was with India, Bangladesh, all of them. Very soon Kashmir will be free. We are not one people. Why don't you get into your skull? Britain had all of them together as one country, as one India. They said, no, we are not together. They said to the white man, with due respect, we are not the same people. Hindus are different from Muslims. Pakistan is not the same as India. They left. Bangladesh left. Everybody on their own. And that is, of course, relative peace and quiet. You bring some vandals, some blood-sucking demons from the Sahel. You bring people who believe in monarchy, in bowing down before somebody. You bring Republicans from the East. You join them together as one country. Why don't you bring Saudi Arabia and bring them into the United Kingdom and say let's be one country? You say if you have peace in one day in your life. All of you read the Bible, you don't know anything from it. You read the Quran, you know nothing from it. Funny enough, the Torah is also the Quran and also the Christian Bible. The same story everywhere. You are in the Quran, you claim you are Al-Majri, you claim you are Janjaweed, you are in Islam, you go to Mecca, you come back. But in the same book you're reading, Abraham called the nephew Lot and said, if we continue to stay together, your cattle is expanding, mine is expanding, your household One day there'll be a clash. Oh. The same way they're not having a clash between Fulani bandits and the Eastern Security Network. Don't you have the Bible? Don't you open your Bible? All of you claim you're religious, isn't it? Those of you claiming one Nigeria, let's say they're seceding. I want you to please go and open your Bible. As foolish as you are, open your Bible, open your Quran this morning in the zoo. Open it. Abraham was related to Lot by blood. By blood, I said by blood. At the time, Abraham said to Lot, his own flesh and blood, if we continue to stay this way, your headsmen will clash with mine, and there'll be trouble and bad blood between us. In order to avoid it, please, you are my own brother, my own flesh and my own blood. Let me divide this land into two. You, first of all, take one, and I will take the other one, that peace may reign. It's in your Quran, isn't it? But you want one Nigeria. Can Nigeria really contain all of us? The answer is no, because Nigeria was created by Satanists, a demonic white man and a deranged, a drunkard, a deranged white woman. You will never learn, will you? Here we preach the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You may not like it, but eventually you come to appreciate it. And I want to warn that Eastern Security Network do not issue any telephone threats to anybody. We don't threaten anybody. Our job is to defend our land, not to threaten anybody. If you have received any calls from a few pranksters, maybe it's April Fool, talking rubbish on the phone to you, please ignore them. It is not Eastern Security Network. We are the most disciplined, standing defense force we have in the whole of Africa. Disciplined to the core. Disciplined to the core. Our job is to repel the invaders into our land. Nothing more, nothing less. This US report reminds me of what the UK did. They profile you for destruction. Then when they profiled Biafrans, they caused the coup that reason why Nigeria is not going forward, so that they may slaughter us. The same thing they're doing today, saying that there is banditry in the southeast. When they fail to say it's the Fulani people coming to kill us and funding ourselves. And I want to make a very special announcement, please. Please, 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 please. All those raising funds for ESN must remit such, because we are fighting. You can see we are fighting on multiple fronts every blessed day, defending our land. We need it. We need support and help every blessed day. Any bullet we discharge doesn't come back. We have to buy another one to replace it. It's this common sense. You know, we are black people. I need to explain this so we can understand. We buy bullets to defend our land. We buy guns and everything. Any bullet you fire, that bullet doesn't come back again. You need to buy another one. Just to have that in mind. If you have raised funds for ESN, you must remit it, please. Or else I'll announce your name on air. And I don't want to do that. Once you have raised funds, please try and remit it to us. And you must not raise funds unless you are permitted or authorized to do so. And I also want to announce this very morning, we have a UK national coordinator. Her name is Mazi Slater. She will be assisted by her husband, Mike Slater. Our UK national coordinator is Mazi Slater. And Mike, two of them, should I say, our sister will run our family in the UK. When she comes to you, you must give her your fullest attention if you're a principal officer in the UK. We are a disciplined organization. If you're not prepared to take orders, you resign. We will gladly accept your resignation. You must listen to her. She is now the one in charge. I presided over a meeting, a handover meeting between herself and Dr. Lois Ukachi, and that went smoothly. That went very well. She is now in possession of IPOB UK family, one of the strongest in the world. Before, where they went wrong, I have no idea. But I do hope that with the help and grace of God Almighty in heaven, Mercy and Mike Slater will do a very wonderful job to make sure that the British government understand that we want to leave the contraption that they created called the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Very important announcement, please. Very important announcement. And the police are always fond of parading people. They go, they arrest people, they parade them. They arrest, they parade. They arrest, they parade, softening our land for the invasion that is to come from Fulani Janjaweed. And I want to warn every governor, every person, every idiot in the East. That thing you're looking for, you will get it. All these people you are arresting, you must release all of them. All of them must be released. That thing you're asking for, you're going to get it. You will get it. Now, let me tell you something. Nigeria doesn't have the army to fight on 4 fronts. That is a fact. That is why Tinubu is begging them to recruit, say, 50,000 or 50 million people to go and join the army. If it is before, they would have sent or they would have announced operation or whatever rubbish and marched down to the East. They can no longer come. Because as I told them, once they move the bulk of the army from Bauchi, once they move the bulk of the army from Bauchi and from Kaduna into the South, every vagabond will take over every space you have in the North. They will have no home to go back to once they're defeated. You must understand this very clearly. That is why everybody must rise up now. There is no army in Nigeria. Stop being afraid. It is the journalists that is making you people afraid. The journalists in the zoo, they are the ones making you afraid. And thankfully, their land has been taken over as well. Yoruba journalists, they are the ones instilling fear and cowardice in people. They need to be very, very brave, that we may all be free from the ravages and the excesses of Fulani Janjaweedism. Keep parading. One day we'll parade you. Keep parading. Something happens, you go to the village, any young person you see, you arrest and you take to Abuja. You arrest and you take to Abuja. I know Britain is assuring you nothing will happen. You know, you can see the report from the USA. The world, they will suppress the news. The world will not know. We will call them the criminals themselves. That's what they are doing. And you think you will succeed? What is behind us is greater than all of you. And you will soon find out one thing. I don't care what others are doing. That's their business. If they want to be slaves to Fulani, bye-bye to you. But you see the land of Biafra. We are going to be free. And there's nothing any idiot can do about it. It doesn't matter how many armies you assemble against us. We are going to be free. And with that, we are now going to open our lines very, very briefly this very morning to take your calls. And as always, these calls will come via signal, please. As I've told you, I don't want our commanders on the ground to use a direct phone. I've told you this before. If you use a direct phone, they will track you, they will trace you, they will get you. I don't want you to use a direct phone line. Let people call you on signal, and that signal line cannot be the data line you're using. That's what they brought in name. If you don't know, let me tell you. I have a caller on the line. Can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please.
Yes, Mazi. Good morning, Mazi.
Good morning to you, please. Your name and where you are.
Yeah, this is Nnamdi from Kanu, Texas.
From Texas, please raise your voice for us. A lot of people are listening. Raise your voice for us, please. Go on.
Mazi, can you hear me better?
I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. We can experience, we see what is going on, and we know the outpour of emotion from all these things that are happening. I also want to lend my voice to what you have said this morning, having listened to all this, to our, my fellow Biafrans and all of us that are fighting this cause, to not feel discouraged. And our Duduwa brothers, sometimes we feel like they're with us. Other times, personally, I feel like things are not, coming on along the way that we expected from them. But with this report from the U.S., it is already evident that we have to fight as a people and not bother about whoever we feel is supporting us and whether they are with us all the way or whether they're not. So, Mazi, supporting ESN is a duty that we all have to do. We all have to continue to provide our support and make sure that we do it to the point that we achieve the freedom that we have all waited so long for. I wanted to ask again, Mazi, please, is it possible that we can all, the IPOB and every Biafran in the US, petition our whoever we can, to get this message across to them that what this report that they passed is not what the situation is, with all the evidences that we have in hand, to support this march towards freedom. And as well, when the 1 million man march that we have already, put a message across to the Washington happens, it will be much easier for us to communicate to the US that these reports and everything that is coming out from the zoo is all stage managed just to bring down the struggle of people that have so yearned for freedom. So that's as a question and as well a suggestion.
Let me come in here. It's something that we expect all of you in America to do, because in America they respect votes. They respect votes a lot. We are many in America. Biafrans, we are close to 1 million people in America, if not more. If we add to what to it, we are pursuing 2 million people in America. We must go all out in force to let the legislators in America know, the lawmakers, there are good ones amongst them, to let them know that this wishy-washy report from the State Department is a lie. We call it a lie. America should send an independent fact-finding mission to Nigeria. We must make them understand that the ambassador is a corrupt woman. In Abuja, she is corrupt. We must be blunt and bold to tell them that the State Department Africa desk is not fit for purpose. It's not fit for purpose. They are liars and they're deceivers. And they're deceiving American people. That is how we bring to the fore the issues bedeviling the zoo called Nigeria. Because Britain is very clever. Very, very clever. They know how to do this. Very, very clever people. They will go and use the status of their special relationship with America to twist every narrative. That's what they do. Look at them saying that there is a ransom taking in the Southeast when it's a lie. They did not cite one example. So we must go all out, and we're going to speak to our lawyers. They will prepare a dossier of the facts happening on the ground. Each and every Biafran, if you're in IPOB, if you're not, every Oduduwa, if you're Oduduwa Republic or not, you must submit that report to your parliamentarian, wherever you are in America. Tell them that this State Department report is a lie. Call them liars to their faces. That's what we're going to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi, one more question, please. Are we still in on the plan with for the 1 million man march this year?
It depends on, COVID is the ruler of the world now. So the devil behind COVID will determine. COVID is everywhere. You have to stay 2 meters apart. You have to take the only vaccine in the world. You take one. After 28 days, you take another one. Even when we are small and we're being inoculated, there's only one vaccine you take. This one is now 2. You take one in the morning. Now, after 28 days, you take another one. Even at that, you're still wearing a mask. The whole thing is a complete mess. So we wait for COVID to decide. COVID is the one that decides what happens these days. So we are waiting for COVID to tell us exactly when our 1 million man march is going to be in the USA. We must have it. We must have it to let the whole world understand that what America is issuing is blatant falsehood. Thank you very much. That was how Obama went into Libya and destroyed Libya for no good reason. Destroyed Libya for no reason. Destroyed it completely. And today, Libya, the civilization has gone back 1,000 years. Our lines are open, of course. I'm not even sure. People are calling. Let me see if I can get the number that people may be able to join us this morning. +44, please, the UK number on Signal only. +44 77 61 82 5346. For this morning, please. That is the number to get us on. I know a lot of people are trying to get through. A lot of people are trying to get through. If you call us, if you're a first-time caller, let me see if I can take this call. The caller on the line, I don't know if they're still there or if they have disconnected. I believe there's somebody called Dozier trying to get through to us. Please, if you call us, give us your question, ask your questions. All those questions you've been meaning to ask for very many years, you can ask it now. Once you ask it, then we can be able to answer you. I'm no longer hearing about defense fund. I don't know what happened to that idiotic line of reasoning. And I'm no longer hearing about them again. Or our money this, our money that. The call on the line, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, you see.
Please, your name and where you're calling us from.
Okay, my name is Chidi Madu. I'm calling from Hong Kong.
From Hong Kong. Please go ahead.
All right. But you see, please, you have to give me some time. I have a lot of questions. So I don't know if I should throw the questions and you respond.
One at a time. One at a time. Under 2 minutes. Okay. One at a time. Yes.
One at a time. All right. Well, you see, first and foremost, I want to greet you. I want to thank you because whatever they said that you are, the people that said that you are a criminal, that you are this, you are that, all our enemies fighting you. I tell them that's exactly what you are, because if you don't have those qualities, there is no way you could have faced people like Rita and the Borg and all these people from all these years and still sustain, and IPOB still stand today, and we're still doing wonders. So I greet you so much. We were together when you were in Hong Kong in 2015 before you were kidnapped by the zoo.
Yes.
Now, Oyisi, please, my first question is this. Where should I start? Okay, let me start by capitalism in America. I'm talking about when Biafra is restored. Capitalism is a very wonderful thing, but it has become a monster in America that is about to swallow the whole world. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to mention names about people that are doing whatever they are doing. Now, how do we checkmate it in Biafra to make sure that it doesn't become the monster that it has become in America? Should I throw more questions, or you want to address this?
I want to address this. It's very simple. If you look at the model they run in Switzerland, in our land, we have the perfect balance, the perfect mix. That is, capitalism is about private ownership of property and to an extent profiteering, which means you do your business, and depending on the forces of demand and supply, you can either fall or you stand. So we are going to run a laissez-faire economy. We're going to run capitalism in Biafra because it's been there from time. People have been owning properties privately. But we also have communal land, if you have forgotten. We also have land that we own as a community. So nothing is going to stop us from also doing communal stuff. Basically, it's getting the balance right. If you go to Switzerland, it's there. Everywhere you have private sector participation. You also have state sector participation as well, or partnership that will help us move forward. We're going to get the blend right. Don't worry about it. We're not going to have this rampant, should I say, unconscionable capitalism where people will now build roads and charge us however much they like. That's not going to happen. The state will still participate in certain areas or aspects of our life, but in the main, we are going to be a capitalist economy. Next question, please.
All right. Thank you very much for that, sir. I will take my time and listen to it again when the broadcast finishes. The next question is this. You said that there will be no guns in Biafra land, that even the police will not have guns, that we're going to run a society that will be gun-free in order to keep our society free of guns and peaceful.
Yes.
But let me remind you that in those days of during the time of Hitler couldn't invade Switzerland because most of the citizens have guns. What if we have a kind of, who knows, we are doing it for the best, as in what we think that is the best for our people now, but something might arrive tomorrow or something might come up tomorrow that will rebel against the people or be a threat to the people, that the people have to defend themselves, that their government may be kidnapped or hijacked. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. Is it not better for every citizen to be mandated to have a gun with stringent rules than to be defenselessly hoping for our government to defend us? What if something goes wrong in the future that will warrant that the citizens have to stand up, just like the situation that we find ourselves now?
Now, yes, in a normal situation, when the zoo Nigeria breaks up, to the east, we are going to have our Amazonian brothers to the east. To the west, our Oduduwa brethren. To the north, we are going to have the Middle Belt or Kwarafa Kingdom, or whatever you call it. Even if you look at the history of Africa, we are not known for invading each other because we are tribal beasts by nature. We don't go outside the boundaries of our tribe to go and invade somebody else. Nobody's going to come to invade us unless Britain wants to come by air to invade us or to come by sea. So I do not see any external aggression per se, bedeviling Biafra. I may say foreign invasion. The reason being why we cannot have guns everywhere is because we are a bit funny. Our people, we are a bit funny. If we have a police with gun or running all over the place, the same zoo mentality will go into us. But we are going to have compulsory military training for every citizen. If you want the model that I would prefer, look at the Israeli model, for instance. When it comes to setting up our defense, we are going to adopt the Israeli model. Everybody is going to be trained. Once you live in the outlining areas where there are palpable threats, then everybody will be armed. But inside, nobody's going to be armed. That's what I'm saying. Only those who are legally required to do so. because we don't want dictatorship in Biafra land. I don't want tomorrow, maybe you become the prime minister of Biafra, you send troops to go to Ekotep and open fire. It's not going to happen, because there will be no troops to send there to go and open fire on anybody. That is why they cannot have guns. But in all our outlining military posts, our garrison, in all the garrison towns, of course, there are going to be guns. Our armies will be well equipped, but we are going to have more in reserve than the regular army. Exactly, is a good thing you mentioned Switzerland. In terms of the response of the populace, we have the Swiss response, yes, where everybody is trained to have a gun, but they are not. We have armories where citizens can go in and take guns once we are under threat. But if you are not under any external threat, then it's not going to happen. But if anybody thinks they're going to be the prime minister of Biafra and you issue order, when people are protesting, you issue order, go and shoot them, police barricade, all that rubbish will not happen. People are going to protest. If they're angry enough to burn down the government house, so be it. It is the duty of the government to listen to the people, not the people to listen to the government. It's not going to happen in Biafra land. Thank you very much. The next one, please, and perhaps the final one, so others can come in as well.
Okay, all right. I don't even know which one to pick. Okay, let me go with this one. I hope I will still get you next time so that I can answer the questions. Now, this issue of all over the world, I don't know, this religion brought to us by whoever that brought whatever they brought, the Arabs, the Europeans, and all whatnot. What do you think it would be our way of office taking, like to take out of office in Biafra land? In my own opinion, I would prefer that we will use our ancient offer to take out of office in Biafra land, because this Quran and this Bible have failed us in Africa, that everyone take out with these things and still go in to be as corrupt as they can be. But I think with our ancient offer, and every clan in Biafra land knows what offer is. I think with our ancient offer, it will work for us better for them to be honest in their offices. Let me add one thing so that you can address both of them, please. I would think that in Biafra land there should be limit to office, as in including parliament, because when people stay in parliament or in their senatorial or whatever offices that they stay too long, they start to build cabals that will make them to become very powerful and become dangerous to the people. Do you think that we should have time limits, at least 2 times, even parliament or any position at all, that you will not
anything you have? I'll start with the last one. Anything you have in any office you occupy, 8 years is the maximum. After that, you get away from there. Another person will go in there, and after becoming, let's say, a district head or a governor, so to speak, you can no longer contest to become a parliamentarian. It's not going to happen. It will not happen. Once you serve, you've served. That thing you want to do it within 8 years. After 8 years, you get out, another person will go in. As simple as that. There is going to be a time limit. All this cabal building and all that rubbish. That's why anywhere I see it in IPOB, I dismantle it. There can never be any cabal in Biafra land. People are going to be judged based on their performance, based on what they can bring to advance our society, not by who they know. That is very, very critical, please. And I hope that is very clear. And regarding the oath taking, we are not going to impose any, something of faith and religion is very deep. It has divided man from the beginning of time. People can decide to take an oath with whatever they like, but one thing I'm happy about is that we all believe in God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Everybody believes in God. And our oath taking will be done in the name of God Almighty in heaven. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much. I don't know if we have, of course we have a lot of people who are calling and calling and calling. Now they can, once I accept, you can now call. Once I accept, you can now call, because a lot of people, that's the thing about Signal. You need to be accepted before you can place a call. Our lines are open, please. A lot of people are calling. And of course, the lines are being jammed, and understandably so. People are really, really desperate to try and get through to us. If you can't call, maybe I can call 1 or 2 people, because we have about only 20 minutes to remain live on. I think that may be the best thing to do. Only 8 years. After 8 years, you piss off from the office. That thing you want to do it within 8 years. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Can you hear me? The caller, they cannot hear me. They are doing something completely different. they are not paying attention. And that is what I don't like. There is always a time delay between here and wherever you are. Let me take this call. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are, if you may. For the last time, the caller on the line, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. She goes, they cannot hear me. Maybe they're waiting for the voice to come out. Once I take your call, please endeavor to speak. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Please, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Udemna Wachuku Anthony. I'm calling from India.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, my question this morning, first of all, thank you so much for doing great job for all Biafran all over the world. And I pray may God Chuko Kikobiama behold you and power you more to do until we get the promised land. My question is this, is how about our people who are in like Anambra, precisely for now, Anambra people who are campaigning for election and other thing. Do you permit our people to join them to do such thing, or you give our people order to leave from those campaign they are doing to face what we are focused for?
We are focused on liberation. What stupid campaigning are we doing? What stupid, useless campaign? There are people who argued, and quite convincingly, of course, that we should participate in elections for the simple reason that if we participate, then all these criminals that are imposing on us will not be there to make our life doubly difficult. Because right now in Biafra land, we are always fighting two constituencies. One is Fulani, in fact, three Fulani bandits from abroad, Fulani bandits in Asorok, and Fulani bandit stooges in government houses all over the place. That we should reduce the number of fronts that we have by making sure that we put people in power. But the thing is that you put them there, they rig the election, you talk, America will issue a statement saying that the election was legitimate. So we don't know yet. That debate is still ongoing, and DOS will debate it extensively with the Parliament of the People and then recommend the way forward. As for me, my recommendation is that we do not participate in any stupid electioneering in Anambra State. For now, for the time being, that is. Thank you very much. We are focused on freedom.
I have another announcement to make for people who are living in India, because I know most of us are listening to today's broadcast. I urge every IPOB who are living in India to try as possible in April 11 to join in our broadcast, in our supporting of ESN. I urge everywhere, wherever you are in the Indians, Africans, Biafrans, and whatever you call yourself. You people know what Indians are doing to us because we don't have a nation. That's why we are sustaining our people. Police of Indians are killing our people. I urge everyone today to join us that very day to support ESN so that we get our home, so that we get our promised land. Thank you so much. And I use this opportunity to thank our leader in India here, Mazi, for great work he's doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for that. India is doing wonderfully well, I believe. Very, very critical. Somebody is saying it is very important that I call them. We shall see. We'll call you. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are.
Hello, good morning, Mazi.
Good morning to you. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Eyufame Erumosele Ebiremole. I am in Gudomikodo, Biafra.
Wonderful. Please go ahead.
I want to thank you so much for all you have been doing. God bless you. You have been doing so much well. I have one question.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead. We are listening to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, we are going. Yeah, I can hear you. My name is Eyufame Erumosele Ebiremole. I am Igodo Biafra. I said,
talk to me through the phone. Don't talk to me. Listen, talk to me through the phone, not through your listening device, because there's a delay. The speed of sound is about 800 something odd miles per second. So I'm very, very far from you. Before you can hear my voice on the system, it will take a few seconds. But on the phone, it is direct. As you can hear me, the world is hearing you. Please go ahead and say what you want to say.
Okay. we are going to have a referendum. And in Godomigodo, we are kind of divided. Some say they want Biafra, and some say they don't want Biafra. So what if those...
Go ahead. Can you hear me? His line is breaking. Yeah, go ahead.
I can say, like those of us that want Biafra.
Yes.
What if the votes that doesn't want Biafra is more than those of us that want Biafra? So now Biafra has been restored. Are we going to have a new Igodomigodo in Biafra land? Since we are divided. Some say want Biafra, some say they don't want Biafra. So those of us that want Biafra, we're going to live in Biafra and form our own Igodomigodo and leave our borders behind. So that's my question for this morning.
Then I'll answer it this way. You campaign and you go to a referendum and it goes, the majority says they don't want Biafra. Then Igodomigodo will not be part of Biafra. Because the majority will always carry the vote. It's one man, one vote, one woman, one vote. If that is, it is your responsibility and duty to campaign. That is where you have a campaign to win more people over. But I do know that if there is a referendum today, people will opt to come, Igodomigodo will opt to come with Biafra. I know that for sure, because they know that Biafra is the light of Africa and indeed the light of the world. They want to come with Biafra, of course. So don't be too despondent. But in the case where Igodomigodo turns to and says they don't want Biafra, then we have to respect the wish of the people. Whatever they want is what we're going to give to them. Then people like you can now migrate towards the same Edo. I think Iwakre is naturally Biafra anyway, which is Ebanke. Then you move slightly to Ebanke to be part of us. Okay. As simple as that. And I'm sure Ubiaja, which is Eshan, will come with Biafra anyway. Yes, so you're talking about the main Bini Kingdom itself, inside Bini City, Bini Kingdom itself, inside Bini City. That's entirely up to them where they want to go. But I do know for sure that Isoko, Urobo will come, Ubiaja will come, and all the other outlining ethnic groups that will come with us. That's what I know for sure. Okay. I'm not sure that Bini City itself would come, because Biafra will be a republic only if some special arrangements can be reached. Because Biafra is going to be a republic in every way. Every man must be born equal before God and before the law. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much. Igodomigodo is also with us, of course. Biafra is ever. Forget about all the nonsense that some medias we are Aborigine of Cross River and of this. I feel sorry for them, but men at work, even in Akwa Ibom, men at work. Biafra is everywhere. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Are they going to arrest us? Yes. Are they going to do all these things? Yes. But in the end, Biafra will come. And as they're arresting us, we're also arresting them. Mind you, we're also arresting them. And in the fullness of time, you will see evidence of that. They call on the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi. Good morning from India.
Good morning to you.
My name remains Mazi Okebaram Chedozie. Mazi, I don't have a question. I just have an announcement to make. Though one of our brothers from India called, but Mazi, the reason why I'm calling is to urge you, because to be honest, we are putting work on the ground regarding our fundraising event on the 11th of April 2021. That is next week, Sunday. And Mazi, the fact is that we can't have that event without you speaking to IPOB or Biafrans in India. All of us are eagerly waiting. A lot of work has been put. Our brother that called thanked our national coordinator, Mazi Okechukwu. We are doing marvelously well to bring everybody of Biafran origin, all the communities of Biafran origin, we are reaching to them and make sure that everybody is involved in that event. Mazi, this event will mark the beginning of IPOB in India, because we want everybody that is a Biafran here to be an IPOB member. That is our target. So speaking to us that day, communicating to Biafrans that day live will mark the start of whatever we are going to do from here. So it's on Sunday, the 11th of April 2021. We can't afford to not having you speak to us that day. That is all I have to say. And as well, I'm urging every Biafran individually, collectively, and otherwise to be part of that event. We have to get prepared, because this is the only thing. If we lose ESN, if ESN fails, we have failed. And at this time, we cannot afford to fail. That is all I have to say.
Thank you very much for that. And I'm sure our people now understand it. Unless they want to be refugees in Amazonia. And Amazonia, there is also a war going on there. Unless maybe we want to go into the sea and drown. You know, if you don't support ESN, the next option is that you will go there, will take a land from you and you go on exile. If in doubt, ask my Yoruba brethren, they will tell you, those of them who are in the Republic. The caller on the line, can you hear me? No. They are not paying attention. I don't want to be listening to my voice. I do not have the desire nor wish to listen to my voice. Let me take this call. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi, I can hear you. Good afternoon, sir, my leader.
Good morning from here. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Mazi. You're calling from Cambodia.
From Cambodia, please go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi, I just want to appreciate you for the good work you have been doing for us. I just want to also contribute to the person that was asking about the people from the people that disagree to go with Biafra. The Biafrans will be more than them that accept that they are Biafrans. The truth is that even people from northern side of the zoo called Nigeria will be eager to join Biafra when the time comes.
I agree with you.
So
I agree with you.
We don't need to beg anybody to join Biafra. Even those who are saying that they're not Biafra, and we're even foreseeing people from outside Africa, outside the shores of the zoo called Nigeria, coming to beg to be Biafra, just like the way we have it in America. Everybody is eager to go and be an American citizen. You see people jumping fence, climbing hills, and just to be an American citizen. So that is what it will be.
Yes, it's true.
We don't need to worry ourselves or bother ourselves about who will become a Biafran or who wants to be or who is not. Yes. So they should not worry. Just like you told them, all they have to do is just to campaign, sensitize them, tell them the things that they want to hear, let them know the truth. On that day, if they say that they are not Biafran, let them be. At a time, they will still beg to become a Biafran. So we are not begging anybody. So thank you so much for having allow yourself for God to use you to liberate our people. So we will be praying for you, and we are also praying for ESN, and we are also praying for those unknown government who are making us proud, even though they are attributing their work to ESN, which we know that those are fancy. They are just making up things that are not what it is to listen to. So that is my contribution, Mazi. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, and God bless you. You even answered the question more than myself. You answered the Godo referendum question better than I did, and I thank you for that. I thank you for that clarification, bringing clarification to what we are doing. I have a caller on the line, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
Praying for you, and we also.
They are also making the same mistake they have always made the same mistake they have always made. The same mistake they have always made. People are calling us. If you may not be able to reach us, then I shall endeavor to go to you. When your phone rings, then pick it up. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are.
Hello.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are.
Hello?
I can hear you for the last time. Your name and where you are.
My leader.
Yes, please.
My leader, my lord. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
I'm calling from Italy.
From Italy.
My
go
name
ahead.
is Austin.
Austin, from Italy. Go ahead. Yes.
My name is Austin. So I want to know myself where I come from Isha. Are we fully Biafra?
Yes.
I want to confirm from you.
Ubiaja is fully Biafran. Ubiaja is fully Igbo. Go and do your research very well. For the name is Ubiaja, not Eshan. Ubiaja is the name.
Okay, I'll be doing my research.
Yes, do your research very well.
Thank you. I call you Lord. I call you Jesus. You are our Jesus.
You're kind. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much for that. When you call, please endeavor to switch off your systems and speak to me through the phone. If you can hear my voice over the phone, if I can hear yours, that means that the whole world is also hearing your voice as well. Brother from Ubiaja. Ubiaja is pure Igbo. They call it Eshan. Ubiaja is the name. Please go and check. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Yes, the caller on the line, can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Please, your name and where you're calling us from.
Yes, my name is Mbada.
Tochi from Netherlands. I'm calling you because of what is going on in Ebonyi State.
Yes. Go ahead.
So, the Umahi is trying to divert the attention of the people from what he is doing to our people there. He's actually committing ethnic cleansing.
That's what he's doing.
This is clear. I wish I can hear you louder because since I pick your call, I can't hear you very well. So, but let me just be saying what I'm saying.
Say what you have to say. We are hearing you. Say what you have to say. The world is hearing you.
Umahi is committing clear ethnic cleansing in Ebonyi State, and he doesn't want anybody to hear about it. Even the first time that Channel Television went to cover the news, he threatened them. In fact, he arrested many of them. He don't want anybody to hear about what he's doing in Ebonyi State. He connived with the local government chairman there, Mr. Or somebody, to do the job, and they are doing it. He's even importing many thugs from Ondo and some part of Hausa to come and clear the people. The people are called the Zar people. So, and
yes, and he has failed. My dear brother, he has failed. He has failed.
I hope he is not the one behind that Fulani this thing that just happened, because there was never a Fulani attack, such attack before. Only now that there was a pressure for him to stop this genocide, that he then know that he have a hand in that ethnic cleansing. The international community was pressurizing him last week. He doesn't know where the pressure was coming from. All of the sudden, we heard that Fulani just went and attacked. So, but thank you for all the whole thing you do there. I know, and I recognize that you defended our people there. And
we pursue them to Nsukka. We will find them and we will kill all of them. We will pursue them to Nsukka, and their army is protecting them. The Nigerian army are effectively protecting terrorists in and around Nsukka. I am informing the governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, to let him understand what is going on. The same 82 division responsible for the slaughter of the innocent people, even that the USA report did not mention, they are now defending their fellow Janjaweed in and around Nsukka. They will not fall there, that I can assure them. That they are mad people. With that, we have come to the end of our program today. I do apologize because I spent a lot of time preaching. But next week, I will be back. In fact, today is Friday, Good Friday. I will be back again on Sunday, actually. So put it down. I'll be back again on Sunday night, 7 p.m. this time around. 7 p.m. on Sunday, I'll be live on air to continue the propagation of this gospel of redemption. Sunday, 7 p.m., I'll be back live on air. And then next week, Friday, permitting, of course, we shall be back again with our full question and answer session. I'll be back on Sunday. Please note it down everywhere. Our media, especially, note it down. I will be back again on Sunday. We will be on all platforms. On this nascent Facebook page that I've just opened, which they are suppressing, of course, we will be live again on YouTube, on Twitter, and on our apps as usual, including FM in Biafra land. Once again, I thank you all very much for listening. And I feel for those who have been trying to get through but couldn't get through. Next week, Friday, is another appointment. Please try and get through to us by then if you have an opinion or view to air. Once again, thank you very much for listening. With all the love in my heart, from me, from here, it is good morning.